What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. What do I have for you today? Fresh from my mailbox, G.I. Joe Classified Series Dreadnok Torch. And man, look at him, just sitting there in that brand new packaging, looking all like the main man Lemmy from Motorhead. Just looks fantastic sitting in there. So if you're an inbox collector, this is a fantastic look, right? Like, I'm not an inbox collector. I don't even have a box to compare it to the old packaging. And as much as I like an artwork on the packaging, there's no real reason for me to keep it. On the side, we have that badass looking art you got going there with Torch and his, well, Torch. The back there, you got their hideout with the grape sodas back there. Great touch. You got his little stat doodads down there, you know, whatever. You got the barcode on the side that never ever works. And once again, the stats right there. So hang on 1 second. With the power of pause, I'll be right back with this guy fresh out of his packaging. All right, here he is. I'm going to tell you right out the gate, be careful getting his weapons out. These weapons were a pain to get out of that clamshell. They were in there so tight, I thought I was going to have to cut them out. I would honestly rather have them be a little bit more loose with a strand of tape over across them than have to fight and worry about bending the weapons right out the gate. He looks just as good as he did in the packaging. His head sculpt, face sculpt is pretty darn fantastic. I think all the Dreadnoks have been pretty good. Molded on glasses is what I prefer. He's got the studded neck chain. He's got the skull necklace. He's got the studs going down the sleeveless jacket. His studs right there, armband on his arm. The freaking awesome flame tattoos. I think they really do a good job on that. The chains around his wrist, which I believe are 100% new. I haven't seen them on at least any of the Joe figures. Maybe they've been on Ghost Rider or something, I don't know, but I've not seen them on too much of things. His pants look real good. They're textured very well. The belt on his pants, and then the boots, I'm pretty darn sure are Dr. Mindbenders, but they look really good on Torch here. So a little bit of reuse here and there doesn't bother me. You spin him around to the back and all that continues on. I mean, he has the studs on the back of his jacket, the flames on his pockets. Just looks darn good. I'm really happy with how this looks. His articulation is about the same. You know, he does the T-pose real well. His arms go up, you know, a little bit more than 90. I will say you probably have to move up this armband. I did off camera because before doing that, he wasn't getting all the way up there. It was a little bit in the way. But you move up that armband, and it's pretty good. He has swivels at the wrists and the hinge, which I think all Joes have. But yeah, I think they all should have them. They're figures with guns. They need to have hinges at the wrists. He has the standard Joe ankle articulation and a little bit of a rocker in there. Waist, he has the swivel down at the waist, and he can bend about this far forward, and he can go all the way back. And his head up here. His head's on a double ball peg because his neck is in there too. And you can go all the way around. No one really does that, but okay. So yeah, great on the articulation scale. Like most Joes, I think the vast majority of Joes have some of the best articulation of figures out there outside of imports. They do real well. I mean, what else could you ask for? So accessory wise, he does come with this badass flamethrower. You got the flame shooting out of the skull there. Like I said, it's a little bendy. I was worried it was gonna be bent, but it came out pretty straight. He's got his two pistols, pretty much the same. I think these also come with Mindbender. Maybe not, someone will correct me. He's got his flamethrower fuel, which if you look at that, it's Nox, but it's spelled N-O-C-K-S, which is funny because his original file card was that he's illiterate. So funny haha, funny hee hee, you know. We have the hose, which I believe came with the Cobra, one of the Cobra Vipers, the Techno Viper, I believe. Seems a little bit more pliable to me, a little bit more stretchy. And then we have his flame effect, his long flame effect, you know, good stuff there. We have his fireball flame effect. And we have his smoldering flame effect, which I think is cool. Like, that's not something they had to give us, but they did. And, you know, plugs right in. He's smoldering, and he's ready to go. Pretty cool group of accessories here. Pretty happy with the amount of flame effects they gave us. Didn't have to give us anything, honestly. And they did. They went the extra mile there. They gave us 3. So that's pretty cool. And I'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and we got Torch here posed up with his accessories on him. As you can see, I have the pistols in their holsters. I have the Nox tank on his back. And I've got the flamethrower in his hand with just a little bit of smoldering coming out there. If you want to see him with the rest of the flame effects on him, then just stick around to the end of the video. I'll take some pictures, and I'll put them up just so you can see what he looks like with the flame effects on his torch. But we're going to do some size comparisons, and first up, we're going to compare him to his Cobra brother, the Techno Viper. Now, Torch does have some height on the Techno Viper. He's probably about a head taller, I would say, but no big deal. That's a believable height scale. People come in different sizes, right? And even with his armor and boots on, the Techno Viper is still a little smaller, but nothing unbelievable. They'll match up very well on the shelf. Unlike this guy, the newest cable from Marvel Legends. He clearly dwarfs Torch, and that's fine. You're not going to pose these guys on the shelf together. Mutants are a little bit larger than life anyway, and Cable always was a pretty beefy dude. So this is a believable scale too. Again, you're not going to mix and match this line. And like I said in my Black Suit Spider-Man video, Marvel Legends aren't really a real 1/12 scale. They're scaled up a little bit. G.I. Joe is probably the closest you're going to find for a domestic line in the 1/12 scale. So everything here is proper. No big deal. Let's take Cable away for a minute. And since we're playing with fire, Jada Toys Fireman. Again, I'm not going to pose these guys together, but probably believable, right? If these two were to somehow cross universes. Really, the only reason I put them here is, you know, messing with fire. Take these two guys away and bring in another fairly big boy. We got McFarlane's Batman Azrael armor chase figure. Now, this one I've done a little customizing work to, just with Gundam pen and armor lining, but pretty big guy, right? I mean, he's a giant compared to the G.I. Joe classified line, especially Torch here. And I mean, that's McFarlane. McFarlane does a weird ass scale. He's not gonna change. No McFarlane figure is gonna blend in with any other figure on your shelf. So, you know, you're not gonna pose these in here together. But just to give you a comparison, yeah, Azrael here dwarfs him. And for my final comparison, everybody's favorite disgusting green glob, Slimer. Now again, I'm not going to pose these guys together on the shelf, but hey, you never know. I could see Torch being a Ghostbuster. He already has the pack and wand, right? Why not? Just let him bust some ghosts with the boys, right? So yeah, all said and done, this guy is another great figure. I think he's fun. He's got the aesthetic everybody wants. And he looks like Torch. What more could you want from this? Now, one of the articulation points I didn't discuss was he has the drop down hips, right? Yeah, I love this Torch figure. I think he's fantastic. He's just great looking figure. He's fun. And again, I'm pretty sure he's in stock right now at Big Bad Toy Store. If you click the link that I'm going to put in the description and he's not there, don't be mad at me. He's selling out pretty quick from what I gather. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, stay tuned here at the end if you want to see Torch all posed up here in a few poses. And like, subscribe, share. And again, I'm new at this. I'm doing it all on my phone. If you have any suggestions for me to improve, please feel free to offer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.